that?
Oh, Xander and Rebecca. Hello, hello, hello.
Folks are already in here.
Yeah,
Waiting
thanks for
on
coming
us.
in. So hopefully everything's streaming okay because we decided to do porch time and it's a little breezy out here today. Hopefully everything's going good there and you can hear us okay. And you can hear the birds okay.
Huh?
Anyway, but it is warm. Warm. Okay. Tell us if it's struggling. If it's struggling, let us know. We'll go back in the house and do a live in there.
But we went to the Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival last Sunday.
Yep, got a couple of little shorts up about that.
Those.
And one of them is a video, but it's not a short. It's more like a reel, just a shorter
Got
video.
to see some really cool people.
We did, lots of friends. That's what we didn't get video with Emma and Matt.
No, we didn't get that done. So we spent some time with Emma and Matt from Sonny's place. Sonny's place. We
hung out with
Anna.
Gets the baling wire and the duct tape. Sounds like it. And we had Anna booth
from the Fermented Homestead.
From the Fermented Homestead. Yep.
Spent quite a bit of time with the Morris Patch of Heaven bunch, the whole crew. And we spent time with them. Got to hang out, or got to talk for a few minutes with Will Dopkins from Homestead Iron. If you're not familiar with his work.
Okay. Well, he said every one of them was lagging today that he's been on. Okay.
All right. Well, we know that our internet has not been.
Yeah. The cicada. Have y'all started the great cicada invasion? We have, and has brought the snakes out. I mean, normally you have to worry about copperheads, but we're having to worry about all kinds of snakes, and even the black snakes are after the cicadas. Yeah. I mean, you're sitting in your chair, relaxing after work. The last thing you want. Okay. I have it. Xander may not be in the area that the cicadas are at, but anyway, it was a little. I sat in my chair, sat there for a little while, and then reached for my water. If they're longer than me, which I'm a little over 5 foot tall, if they're longer than me, they are a definite no for rope. Just not getting them yet. Okay, good. Well, they are in some areas deafening.
Yes.
I mean, it is so loud, and it's different than the normal cicada sound.
These are definitely.
It's a high whine.
I kept hearing, well, they're technically a little different cicada than the ones we get every year.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be.
And I was like, okay, there's some technical difference about them, but they'll seem the same to us.
Right.
These are definitely, they look different.
They're smaller.
Alive. They sound different. They're a different color. Their little hatched out carcasses look different.
Their exoskeletons they shell out. Yeah.
When they shed that exoskeleton to get their wings, that's a smaller, sleeker exoskeleton. They're a little smaller, and they are black with red eyes, or dark brown and black with red eyes.
Red eyes.
Instead of the camo green with brown eyes.
The chickens love them, though. If I find one, I know this is terrible. I go feed them to the chickens. They love them. They think they're great.
But they definitely make it even a different sound.
They do.
The first day I started really noticing, I was listening and I said something to my customer. I said, "That's loud." He said, "Yeah, that's all them cicadas." Like, man, that sounds different than a regular cicada. Yeah. But it's kind of crazy. But it's a neat to see. It's neat to know about them and learn about them. There's definitely some coolness factor there.
There is. And the birds, holy smokes, the amount of birds that they brought in to eat on, snack on them, is amazing. Amazing. I thought we had a lot of birds before, but the amount of birds to come eat those cicadas is insane. It really is.
Yep. We're not real close to the timber line. We've got a few trees right here and some not too far away, but we're far enough from the creek and the real timber line that we're not hearing them real heavy here.
Not like if we had a lot of trees around us. So we've got a few in the yard. Nice shade trees here in the yard. What are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 major right here in the front yard. But they're not really making that much noise here. Now, you can hear them down to the creek probably, but anyway. The garden season is on, people. Holy cow, we got almost everything in. We didn't have enough room for we got almost everything that we possibly can plant in, because we just about we don't have room. We don't, not just about, we do not have room for everything we want.
We need more garden. But
it's okay. We're just gonna have to learn to do with what we've got. Whoop whoop, yes. So we got, and I still haven't gotten my herbs planted, but all my herbs. But I got enough basil for 3 years, so from last year. Last year's basil was amazing. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, gotta grow up. That's right. That's right. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's kind of, it's a lot. It's a lot. We got the lawn mowed yesterday, both of us. I came home from work. Yesterday was my Saturday to work, so I came home from work and Gary had started mowing on the rider, and he said, "Why don't you get on the rider and I'll do the push mower?" And so he did the tight spots that it's hard to get the mower in, and then I hit the rest of what he hadn't mowed yet and what isn't tight, and got it mowed. We got it licked pretty quickly. What took us all day last year, a full day almost, to mow, just takes a little bit, an hour maybe, with both of us running the mowers. But yeah, but next is the weed eater. Got to get the weed eater running and get some stuff. And I'm sorry, the tiny hairs on from my head are driving me insane. Hey. Hi, Miss Patty at the Tinker's Wife.
Tinker's Wife. Yep, we have got the garden and the yard going around here.
Yep.
We've been eating salads out of our garden, radishes, such as that. It's really good. We actually ate a potato out of our garden the other morning.
We did. A potato.
We mixed it in a batch of other potatoes. Yep. I was kind of digging around to see what was there and accidentally knocked one loose. So I took it in the house and we cut it up with some other potatoes the next morning.
Yeah! Drops is enjoying the cicadas landing while he's trying to mow the yard. Need to get you some ducks and chickens running around that yard. Oh, goodness. We actually don't have that many up here in the yard. We're finding a few here and there. But overall, not near as many. They lie closer to the water and closer to the tree line.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. But, yeah, I bet you were. I bet you were. But it is turned into a beautiful weekend here in the Ozarks. It's absolutely gorgeous weekend. To fill in spots on the black turtle beans. The seed I bought at clearance last year did not germinate very well. No. The seeds we saved did very well, but the packages left over from last year did not do very well. But it was extremely wet. It's been extremely wet here. But I don't know.
We bought a package of some kind of tender green or some kind of green bean. And they did germinate well. That was a
company. I think they're local.
Missouri or Kansas?
It may be Ohio. I don't remember.
They're Missouri or Kansas.
They're Missouri or Kansas. They're Missouri, they're not Kansas. But anyway. but it's a seed supply company that we've been using for years for like our green beans. Good. I'm on the site for sale.
I plant flint corn, or some kind of popcorn. This year we decided to plant some sweet corn again.
Yep.
And we planted peaches and cream, and it has came up great. Yep. And it is, goodness, it's probably about 18 inches tall already.
Yeah. Gary's thinned it once. May need to thin it again. We're kind of worried about the deer, and the rabbits have hit it pretty hard. So we've been really leery about thinning it too much because of the rabbits. But
I've been trapping the rabbits, and I think we're starting to slow them down some.
Yeah.
Been live trapping them and relocating them. The cottontails, there's some here, a little more here than there are in some other places. The cottontails have been hurt in the last few years, so I've been trying to not kill them if I don't have to, not do away with them if I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm just relocating them just up the road, not getting them terribly far, but far enough I think they won't come back here. And also being trapped and hazing them a little bit, maybe they won't come back here.
Yeah, and not cruelly hazing them, just letting the dogs bark at them a little bit. Dogs are in a pen, they're in a pen, and so that they'll hopefully not come back. But and he's taking them to a place that's a good habitat for them. It's just it's not very far away at all.
It's a place where they won't be causing anybody problems, and it's close enough there. Some of their offspring might end up where I can pursue them later when the timing is right.
So we have lots of squash planted. An armadillo roadkill carcass. Yes, the armadillos are. Yeah, armadillos.
Our kids were once walking around in Kansas and found a dead roadkill armadillo and rolled it over on its back with all 4 feet in the air, and then went and found an empty beer bottle and shoved it in its feet looked like it was laying on its back drinking a beer. Left it on the side of the road, took pictures of it with their cell phones.
They were on me. They were on me. Good. 3 Sisters stuff around the house.
And then in kind of a row in front of them, I planted some of the winter squash.
Like that?
Yeah. Delicata in front where they'll kind of feel close to them. But we have done the actual 3 Sisters, and it's a good way to grow corn. Say that full production out of the other 2,
right?
Because there's just a lot of competition in that. But it is a good way to grow corn. You do get some beans and some squash, especially that kind of squash. What are those butternuts like that before, and then you go okay. The Sweet Fall, Nebraska, we've grown like that, and it grows okay. Like to see how the Georgia candy roasters, they are so prolific and grow and produce. I'd like to see how they do like that.
I bet they do well.
I bet
they do well for 3 Sisters. Yeah. And then we have some tomato plants and broccoli plants in containers. And then we're also going to have some planters on the porch. There are some planters on containers with some veggies in them, and then we're going to also do, I think, maybe some herbs and some other ones. I don't know. We'll see.
We've got some celery in our little flower bed along the front porch. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. Can't you guys see it?
Oh, they can't see it.
Just turn
it's
around.
behind y'all.
But anyhow, so we've got a dead tree up in the front that I cut down, left the stump kind of decorative, carved something out of it, and I planted some different types of winter squash around it. I planted some Georgia candy roaster, and I planted some Seminole pumpkin. Well, something we planted that was supposed to have been Seminole pumpkin. It didn't look quite like Seminole pumpkin. I saved some seed from it. We planted it.
The mystery.
And I planted some Long Island cheese squash, which is kind of a big flat yellow pumpkin thing. I planted some of it, and then we got another tree that's I cut a lot of dead out of. Still got a little dead, but it's mostly a big snag sticking up there. And last year we planted loofahs on it and let them climb up it. This year I've got spaghetti squash planted around it, and they're coming up good. And see if they'll climb the tree like the loofahs did. We've got an arch with cucumbers. We've got an arch with good Mother Stollard beans on it. And we've got little leaf limas on a trellis, and we've got
peas on a trellis.
Peas.
English peas on a trellis.
Lots of peppers and tomatoes. Our potatoes are doing great. Carrots and radishes, Swiss chard and beets and kale and cilantro. Okra come up good. Grandpa Cargill's okra's growing. Sweet potatoes, green beans, black turtle beans.
It's full. It's
zucchini and yellow squash.
Packed full. It got little pathways between the rows to walk through.
Cabbage, broccoli.
So we do have plans that when some of that stuff comes out, when the broccoli and cabbage are done and they come out, then we'll put in some more peas or beans.
Probably some cowpeas.
Yeah, follow those up with cowpeas or beans.
I planted some Ozark Razorback cowpeas in a little spot last week, and they're popped up already. And they germinate quick.
They do. But I need to get some of my perennial herbs established, and I'm really struggling to get them established here. The oregano did not survive over the winter. I tried to take the mint inside last fall whenever Dan, our dog, dug it up. And so I tried to take it inside, and it didn't survive. If you don't know me, I don't do well with houseplants. I do great with outside plants. Houseplants are a struggle. So I've got a mom I need to put out in the ground, so that it'll be its second year. It did survive, and the other mom didn't. But yeah, I got lots of stuff. I got a eucalyptus plant yesterday. Roger. Yes, you can. Hey, Roger, we got salad greens if you need salad greens, and radishes and chicken eggs. You need some chicken eggs. But,
our little bitty pen of chickens, which I think we've done a video of, right?
Yeah, we got 4 little chickens and a rooster.
And man, they are producing eggs like crazy.
They are, yeah. So you and Miss Ruby, you'll have to take a walk down here and get you some lettuce and some radishes and some, whatever greens you would like, and some chicken eggs. But but the little gardens are doing amazing. Gary did widen them and lengthen them a little bit, and so there's a little more growing room this year. We are trying to grow upward as much as possible to save our room as well. And so that's all right.
Nope.
Every time we get set down, that's what happens. And it's not just lives. It's every time we sit down. He gets tired. He's got a button. He gets tired of searching on him. Nodding off.
But yeah, and we've had a good week.
Yeah, been busy. A pretty good week. So I'm trying to remember.
We're gonna have to switch to. We used to eat, like, we've got an abundance of this one. You have to figure out to eat a lot of that, but we haven't had to do that in the last year.
No.
Not much. I mean, we've always been heavy on the meat. We've had plenty of meat, so we've done. But like right now, eggs. We got to figure out how to eat a bunch of eggs.
Yeah, we've been boiling them to put on our salads, since we're eating salad greens almost every day for lunch, and sometimes for supper as well. And then boiling them for protein, extra protein on our salads. We've been eating them for breakfast a lot, and I'll tell you, for 2 people, 4 little hens is more than enough.
If they're laying good.
They're laying well, and these are older hens. I think the youngest hen we have out there is 2 to 3 years old.
Yeah, but they are laying. I mean, I got 4 eggs yesterday.
Yeah.
I got 4 hens. I
Yeah.
got 4 eggs.
Yeah. Because I think the little Buff Orpington, she's got to be at least 4 years old. The little...
We get 2 to 4 eggs every day.
Yeah. The little gray, he will be... I think that was 2001 when I bought all those chicks on sale.
2001?
Or not 2001. I'm so sorry. 21. 21. When I bought all those chicks on sale. So, and then 2 of them are our hatches, like from our flock mix. I guess you'd
Hello,
say.
Ben's Over Acres, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Nice to see you.
You do miss chicken eggs. Well, we got plenty, Miss. Come by and get some. I need to have Gary build me a little stand out there with an ice chest and put them in there and put eggs and we'll don't feed the chickens, feed the hens. But yeah, they are super cool. Super. The pen is a little heavy. We got to move it tonight. It has to be moved about once, and it is a little heavy now because I'm old. And lost a lot of strength as not being on the farm and lifting stuff. But I don't do as much as it with an office job as I did on the homestead. So I'm not hauling 300 to 400 pounds of bags of feed, 50-pound bags of feed a week, and I'm not handling hay. And yeah, I'm pretty spoiled. Gary handles all the feed. Just carry a little bucket of feed out, fill their little. Graduated. He's doing great. He graduated out. He is in the chicken pen getting acclimated to the big chickens. He's in a cage inside the chicken house so that he's not exposed to the rain that we've been getting and all that. But come friends, and loose until it is his dispatch day, which will be in about 3 to 4 weeks. 4 weeks, I think. Maybe we'll see how he grows. But he's growing pretty good right now. But he had to get off the back porch. He was so stinky. It was awful. Hey, DJ's Adventures and Beyond. Yeah, it was awful. He was smelly.
Something we haven't that we were talking about today and we need to get to is time for us to get out and start doing.
We are planning we're planning, if it works out, it may not work out. We're in the summer, we'd like to make a trip to the south. To the deep south, which
and maybe. So if you're in that neck of the woods and you like for us to meet up with us or see us, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we think later in the summer we will go that direction.
Vehicles are going to be an issue.
Yeah,
so we'll just have to wait and see.
That all settled.
Yeah, we got to get that lined out. Gary did get my truck red running again. She's still having a little bit of issues. And he's
running last.
Yeah. Oh, it was last week.
And it was running for 15 minutes, and the alternator locked up and burnt the belt in two.
So it had to have trouble with the coil pack. We've had it before. That's how we met Dale and Lisa. We were actually, it's this time of year. I don't know what it is about this time of year. We were headed to Baker Creek and broke down, blew a coil pack and spark plug and had to get some repairs. And Dale was amazing, and he done that many times, being a Ford man, and so that was a great experience. And so Gary found one that was loose. He tightened it, and that figured it out. Auto parts. See if they have a reader can read the code. It did finally throw a code. I drove it to work for 2 days, and the second day on my way home from work, it just threw codes. So, but all it does is turn the check engine light on. So it's idling rough, which is usually a symptom of those coil packs. So, and spark plug. It's kind of a combo thing. But you got the spark plug down in there, and then you got the coil pack on top, and usually that spark plug comes loose and the coil pack hard to get to in the very back, close to the cab, the back of the engine. So we'll see. We'll see. It's what the code reader says tomorrow. But yeah, so we're hopeful. have a vehicle back on the road for me to drive to. And I don't work very far. I have to have, I didn't do anything like that. But yeah. That we know of. That we know of.
We hope.
Yo, it seems that everything is secure. That was our big. He zip tied it together, took some pieces, and yeah, she's not pretty. She goes.
Light on it, gets back kind of in place, and
She goes vroom vroom, and gets me to work. So, and it's a good thing because it was rainy, so it wouldn't have been good to try to walk to work.
I drove you back and forth.
He did.
Several
Yeah,
few
he
days.
did. He did.
But that kind of gets hard to get things scheduled and get things done.
Yes, it does. Makes it hard for him to work because my work schedule, he needs to have had his day started by 2 or 3 hours by the time I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then having to be there to make sure I get home for lunch and get me back to work at lunch and from my lunch break.
This week, all my customers were real patient with that and understanding. One of them even said, "Well, just take my pickup. Give her my pickup for the week."
No,
like, no, we're not going to do that.
No, we're not going to do that.
He was in a kind of a cast, and he's like, "I'm not going to drive it. Let her drive it for a week." No,
We'll be all right. Thank you
we
very
got
much.
it. But it was a very great, friendly gesture.
Very gracious. Very gracious. So, there's that. We went to Raider this morning. Went to Raider, Missouri this morning. Gary was pulpit supply for them. And, yeah. I think what else? Farmers market has started back up in town. I don't have any soaps or lotions or anything to take, so I need to get started on that. I got another video edited. I got to load it to YouTube and add music to be ready this week. Gary videoed some of his adventures in putting in windows in the house. Had to change out a couple windows, and so that should be coming up this week. So look for that video. Trying to think of what else we got going.
I don't know.
You don't know? Hopefully the wind will die down and we can do a garden tour. It won't be rainy. It's either been rainy or windy, and the camera's not good with wind or rain. So hopefully we can get having to be a responsible adult instead of a full-time. Cramp in a video style, but it's okay. It's cramp in there. Cramp. But it's okay. It's all right. Someday I'll be a professional again. We'll see. Someday. Yeah. Let's see, what else did we have? 32 minutes. We are 30 minutes in. Try to think what else. We're very entertaining today.
Yeah, we are. We are. We're not getting a lot of input, though.
We're not. Hopefully everybody's still there.
Yep.
But dogs are doing good. Chickens are doing good. The rabbits are being relocated on their new homes. The black snakes we're coexisting with the black snakes. We're letting them be. They weren't letting me be Monday, but I let them be. Or not Monday. Thursday, Friday, whatever day that was. Friday, I think it was. Anyway, but we're letting them be. Yeah, I about peed my pants. I'll tell you the honest truth. Whenever I reached for that water and my arm hit that snake, I don't know if anybody's touched a snake. They're kind of cold and kind of. I can handle lizards. I can handle spiders. I can handle tree frogs. I can handle toads. I cannot handle snakes. I'm telling you, it is just like, whoa. And they were fornicating in my window, but they crawled up in my chair with me in it. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I about hurt myself.
I remember reading an old Ozark story about an old granny woman that kept a black snake instead of a cat for mice in her cabin. And it would curl up around her feet when she rocked in the evening in front of the fire.
Not this granny woman. Not happening. Not happening. Oh, man. Not happening. But they are our friends as long as they stay out of the chicken house. They stay out of the chicken house. We can coexist, and they can go their way and I'll go mine, and we'll all be fine and good because they will help with pest control and help deter venomous snakes. So little black snakes can stay. Little is no. They were each. One of them was probably closer to 6 foot long, and one of them was just about 5 foot long. They were.
That one that was across the driveway out here, they're not probably about 5 foot. That was the smaller.
That was the smaller of the two. That was the one that was in the chair with me, because it has gold speckles. It's got the whitish gray underbelly, like a what we call the chicken snake. Anyway, it's got a whitish underbelly, but then it's got on the sides closer the belly with those white flakes, and it was longer. It was way longer, and they were big. Like their heads were like they had 5 stingers and 14
shot lightning bolts out their nose.
14 fangs. They were after me. No, I'm kidding, but no. Won't we?
8 feet long, 2 feet around.
They were big. Oh, I still keep looking at that window over there. The other window. They were, crawling up in that other window. I think they were trying to see if they could get to some birds' nests, because the mud swallows have made nests up in the eaves of the porch. And, or they were after cicadas. I don't know, because the cicadas like to crawl up on the table and shed their exoskeletons. But, yeah. Woo. Ricky. Is anybody in here? Or are we just, if we're chatting to ourselves, it's okay. It says we're live, and it's still going, so.
Good.
But yeah. We have tomatoes on our tomato plants, little green tomatoes.
Yes, we do. Our early girls have put on the first tomatoes, of course. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason we plant early girls, is because they are a short-season tomato. Mm-hmm. And so we like them, so we get some early good tomatoes going first. And we like early girls. There was one I really wanted to plant this year that I did not get a chance to plant, and that was, I didn't plant jubilees. I planted some other things, but not jubilees. I didn't plant jubilees, and I wanted to plant Arkansas travelers.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. We're going to have to just say these are the standbys. This is what we're going to go, which is what we've tried to do. We're going to have to narrow down our peas and beans and be more intentional with them. I mean, we kind of have already, definitely.
We've been working what grows and what won't.
The good mother stallers. There it is.
Oh, hi.
But yeah,
you don't get the peak production out of beans when you use them in the corn stalks.
Yep.
And so they did okay, enough that we saved a bunch of seed.
Yes.
And we had probably one mess of beans with them mixed in there.
The willow leaf limas did really, really well.
Yeah.
The black turtles did well. The red ripper cowpeas did well. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
This year we have planted those good mother stollards by themselves on a trellis, and they are taking off. Mm-hmm. They are a superstar bean right now as far as the plant goes.
I didn't get my black hope runner beans planted again. They were like one of the superstars, as in beauty, in the garden last year.
They put on a great big old orange, like a trumpet kind of bloom, and they are a good attractant for hummingbirds.
Yeah. Which they're hitting the honeysuckle vine that's growing on the kitchen. Yesterday they were hitting that really hard. And we still have our little female hummingbird that likes to come up and spend time with us on the porch. She's doing really well. She doesn't have a nest in the lilac bush this year. I'm not sure where her nest is. Is out of sugar water, so she wants water, and she's funny. But yeah, we got some stevia we got to put in. We still got rosemary to put in the ground and eucalyptus. I got eucalyptus. I don't know what to do with eucalyptus. I need to look that up. That might need to be a house plant. I'm not real sure, because I would think that is a warmer climate, drier weather maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about an actual eucalyptus plant. I thought eucalyptus was what koalas like to eat.
Yeah, I thought it was a tree.
Yeah, I did too. But this is a plant, so I don't know. We'll see. And yeah. So I guess I could give you a little peek of the garden, couldn't I? If it's gonna if it's not too bright out there.
Awful bright.
Let's see if we can get it angled. Yep, it's too bright, isn't it? But there it is.
There it goes.
So there's one of the gardens and the vehicles. You can kind of see the corn. We got some squash. Ooh, ah, says Xander. Ooh, ah. But anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting there. I'm tickled to death to be eating the radishes and the onions and the salad greens and the cilantro. I don't know about y'all, but I like me some cilantro. I like fresh cilantro way better than buying it in the store. Didn't get my parsley planted, so I don't have my...
Chopping up some cilantro and some radishes to put on a taco. Pretty good. Pretty good.
But yeah, we got lots and lots of peppers in the ground. And they're very small because they're ones I started in the house, and they just didn't grow very well in the house. I think our house was too cold. But they didn't grow well in the house. But they're taking off once they get in the ground. The bell peppers just exploded once we put them in the ground this week, and just took off. The sweet potatoes we forgot to harden off before we put them out, and so they're sunburn. They may pull out of it. We'll see. There we go. We're back. It's been a little wet for the okra, so we have to fill it in. We're going to fill it, does, but okra seed, sometimes you can lose seed and or plant the first germination to rot. So we'll do a broccoli harvest. So far, so long as it's going to what it is, broccoli looks amazing. We did have some cutworms in our cabbage, but we picked those out, and that seemed to have taken care of the cutworms in the cabbage. And we are getting some heads of cabbage, even though they had eat on them a little bit on those little where they had started to head up. But it looks like we're still going to get a little bit of cabbage. Got some kohlrabies, purple Vienna kohl to ball up and get ready to make nice kohlrabies. Trying to think, Swiss chard's doing good. Beet looking amazing. Of course, the radishes. We have calendula flowering that sowed itself back.
Lots of dill.
Lots and lots of mammoth dill. There is also the 4 o'clocks that Miss Jan gave us. They seeded themselves back and are coming up all over the garden, and they're doing well. And they're not flowering yet, but their plants are doing well. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, our Egyptian walking onions. This is the time of the year when they absolutely shine. They got their nice little Medusa florets or bulblets on them that are starting to sprout, and so they're on the goats doing okra. If they don't develop, we may just leave them in the ground and just harvest them next year. But we're excited. Super excited. Hi.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So far, they've survived what little bit of hail we've gotten. Everything survived that, not been beat too bad. And yeah, they've just got nothing is thirsty. That's for sure. Lots of rain. Lots of rain. I was just floored. And I know in Oklahoma we would get rainy season. Sometimes growing up, it'd get really, really rainy. But I have seen more rain living here in Missouri this spring. It's like, whew. The joke is, we keep teasing if it rains anymore, carp are going to eat our garden. And the creek's way down there. It'd have to really come up to get up on top of this little hill. But
bad deal when the carp eat your garden.
But we've seen it happen. They got Grandma and Grandpa Mills's garden before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a bad year for flooding. But anyway, so we got about 14 minutes left, 13 minutes. Do we have any prayer requests? Anybody? Getting close. Dale and Lisa will be on after us with Dale's devotional, and I don't know. Prep for Eternity will have a live for their evening. Yeah, their evening Bible study. Sunday evening Bible study. Gary's got to stretch.
Oh, my shoulder cramp.
So anyway, we'll see what that comes about. But I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Oh, you're talking to yourself?
I feel like I am talking to myself, and it's okay.
Don't argue with yourself.
Oh, but that's always fun.
No, well, don't lose the argument. That's a bad deal if you lose an argument with yourself.
Well, if I'm arguing with myself, somebody's got to lose, right? But then I'd also win too, because
that's the point. If you lose and don't win,
it would come out even because I would win and lose, right? A negative and a positive makes it even, right?
Well, that's the point. That's the statement.
Oh, silliness. But yeah.
Been watching the hills.
Yes.
Barely.
No bears that we've seen anyway. Except for the high schoolers.
Richland Bears.
But yeah.
We've got a couple of plants we planted in the garden that we bought from the high school FFA. And I bought a tomato plant that was like 3.5, 4 feet tall.
Yeah, big old tomato plant and a big pepper plant.
And I buried it almost halfway. I think I dug a hole, seriously, like 1.5 feet, and put manure and compost in there and buried it. It ought to have a whale of a root system on it. And then the big old nice, they planted red mercury peppers. And it's supposed to be kind of a bell pepper type. So we're going to see how they grow. Big, nice, healthy plant, growing good.
And we got some plants from Worst Greenhouse, which is a local greenhouse.
Bought some farmer's market.
I did. I bought some off of Mike and Susan at the farmer's market yesterday. And so the only peppers, I'm not going to have Anaheims this year. I don't have room for them. But unless something happens, I find them. If I find Anaheims, and I have a space, I don't know where I would put them. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't have to have Anaheims all the time, every year. I'll probably be able to buy them at the farmer's market somewhere or something. But we'll see. We'll see. But we got lots of jalapenos in the ground. We got serranos, poblanos, some weird purple pepper Hannah found. The sea, and lots of bell peppers. A leaf. It's a leaf. Yeah. Anyway. Well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off early.
Yep. Appreciate everybody coming in here.
Yes, thanks for coming in. And, remember, Dale and Lisa will be on right after us at 6 o'clock Central Time. And, yeah. So remember,
God made you special.
and He loves you very much.
See y'all later.
See you later. Have a blessed week, y'all.